Alright, and so, with that, we've made it to the new area here, which apparently, our character here has decided that rather than skipping town and getting out of this place and avoiding these enemies that we seem to be continuing to run into, chose voluntarily to go further into town, where presumably it is just increasingly going to grow more and more dangerous.
They beat us here.
Ooh.
Asleep or something.
Yup. New enemies. This Creep 2.0, an upgraded version of what we saw before, will shoot 3 laser beams, so stronger than the previous kind that we saw. And there are seemingly additional enemies in this area as well, currently in these little blocks. But let's get rid of this Creep 2.0 first. So, let's see. Ooh, we do have enough AoE to hit the bad cell as well, theoretically. So what if we just casually do some of that as well, perhaps? Something like that. And maybe throw in a little bit of that too.
Maybe not.
Oh. Hold on.
Good to go.
Okay, we're back. Let's try to get multiple of these guys simultaneously if we can. Spark is usually the best for doing that. Hold on. Can we get them with an AoE? Not quite. Right, these guys, the bad cells, for the most part, I think we can one-shot. Let's not worry too much about dealing the extra damage to them. If we just go for a long-range attack... Oh, is that going to hit the bad cell? It's not, is it? Line it up properly, like so. There it is. Should be enough to get rid of all those guys, and that uses all of our turn. That time around, we do want to make sure that we grab this, though. Okay, we're back. There is another creep. I believe they have additional HP as well. You see 350, which I think the previous ones had either 200 or 250. So they are coming back stronger, not only from an offensive standpoint, but also a defensive standpoint. Shoot. That's not quite lined up. Let's do that. And then let's do some, this. And some of that. And, ooh, it's just barely gonna survive. Darn. Okay. So yeah, let's see if we can get the backstab, ideally, of course. And that 5 HP. You know, maybe instead. This does feel like our movement is quite inefficient here, but it does mean we can maybe almost line up a 3-for-1. Not quite on the last bad cell there. Okay, definitely want to nab that so the enemy doesn't respawn, though. Okay, and we're back. Should just need a quick little hit on you. And there we go.
Thought we make it time too.
Okay. So we see enemies definitely starting to increase in difficulty. Let's just double check. Is there anything over in this direction? Do we check here? Blocks traveled 48. I'm afraid I don't think we can go back that way.
You always ride that fast?
Maybe a little bit. Alright. Let's get moving, though. Oh.
Terminal still up.
Another terminal over here for us to check out.
Must be starving.
Hungry? Grab a bite. Satisfy your craving with a complimentary Junction Jan's Gourmet Flatbread. Okay. I guess show the offer.
Sea monster's really the only choice here.
Say Sea Monster's the only choice. We have Supremo Deluxe, Harvest Garden, Sea Monster, or Mystery Jans. I don't know. What are we thinking? What are we feeling? I mean, our talking sword says this is the best option, but I mean, Supremo Deluxe sounds pretty Supremo if you ask me. So that might be worth trying out.
Or that. Just have to get back to your place before it gets cold.
okay. Thanks for your order. Your meal will be delivered to your address in 8 minutes. Or is that 0.08 minutes? In which case, that is lightning fast. Have a good one, JJ. Oh! New enemies, it seems. Worm-like creatures, it would appear. Hold on. Be more efficient with this. I'm just trying to see if we can line that up. Ideally.
Hungry too.
They're hungry too, you say? Okay. Fortunately, they don't have much HP, so it does seem like we can take them out fairly easily. Oh, but this one's a full-blown Creep 2.0. That one's definitely a fair bit stronger. Can we hit you with that, and then I don't think we're going to be able to sneak behind for a higher damage breach,
How about
but
this?
We'll go for it. We'll hit you. Can we grab that? Fortunately, that creep is just chilling back there. Okay. In fact, I'll tell you what if we deliberately move closer, so that it doesn't take us as much juice to get behind you for the backstab. That is also not what I meant to do. Oops. Well, that's one way to get up right next to him, I suppose. There it is.
Left ourselves open for some greasy flatbread.
All right. Almost to our next level here as well. Anything hanging out down here? This little stream. A couple ways we can go up. Here's Junction Jan's, where we just ordered from.
Not a soul. Hardly recognize this place without the foot traffic.
Satisfaction's guaranteed. What is it, 38? And we can flourish as well. Just to add a little more style to things.
Fertile ground.
And that is one of the coolest things about this game, is that it's not all about just killing all the enemies and what have you. It embraces the fact that it's, in many ways, it feels like it's art before game. But it's still good at both of them. It's still great at both of them. But it gives you the option to sit back and just enjoy the scenery a bit. And leave.
Never seen Goldwalk cleared out.
And whatnot. Okay, another access point over here. There is also the Goldwalk channel. Streetcars are running 0. We can walk through these, and whatever they are exactly, we can go pop.
No queue to get in. That's a first.
Oh,
This can't be the channel.
might have missed something. There are enemies here. Hopefully we can still go back and check out what we were going by previously. More of these little worm-like processes. A lot of them are lined up here, so I feel like with a well-aimed one of these, we might be able to hit 4 at once, which sounds good to me. And then, what if we, hold on, what if we back that up real quick? What if we hit these ones over here first? Try to line them up for a bunch of hits. Didn't quite get it to work, though. Didn't quite get the angle right. Don't remember exactly what these packets are, but I suppose we can go for them. Seems like hitting one packet might damage other packets? Something like that? And, oh, that's not the most efficient way to do that. Go here, we're looking for the quadruple hit, there it is. And I think that takes up basically all of our meter here.
Guess what's inside? Back for more.
Oh! Oh, that's a jerk. That's odd. Looks like our other attack did not get executed. Now, Weed's heal process. These guys designated healers of sorts. Looks like if we get close to them, that's when they start dealing damage to us, but not if we just hang out and attack them from afar. I think once again our strategy here is probably to try to take out the little guys and then focus on the jerk once it's by itself. It's probably our preference. So what if we try line up one of these to hit as many people simultaneously as possible, or... Hold on. Get our angles a little bit better here. Yep, that's 3 for 1, right? Let's just try that one there. Oh, this is not a place where we want to be hanging out, though. Because we have yet, it seems, to really determine what the deal is with these packets. We can hit a whole bunch of stuff if we do that. And then we can... I thought there was one other over here, but I'm not really seeing it right now, which makes aiming for it rather difficult, so maybe we hold off on that breach. There it is. Or, I mean, this is technically our most expensive ability, so what if we make sure that we get a little more value out of it that way?
Whoa. Do your worst,
Whoa.
pal.
Hold on, let's get rid of that. And let's get rid of you. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Not the most efficient use of resources there, I don't think. There we go. Make sure we nab the cells.
All quiet.
And now all is quiet on the Western Front. And we've leveled up. So now we're up to level 3, which means we can choose to either get Load, Explosive, Area of Effect. The active ability from it would be to form a volatile packet, strike a packet to produce a large blast. Or we could go with it as an upgrade, increase the area of effect of most functions. So again, one of those hit a bunch of enemies type of abilities versus Switch. Hypnotic Double Crossing. In the active slot, alter target's allegiance, causing to serve the user. So basically, turn an enemy into a friend. That's the active ability, whereas if we make it an upgrade, we would integrate allegiance-altering subroutine into most functions. So make other abilities capable of turning enemies into friends. So it's a little gimmicky, but that is an option, whereas this one perhaps more straightforward, just hit more people. But you see, this one costs more from a resource standpoint, from a memory standpoint, whereas this one just costs 2, slightly less. So that could potentially be a tiebreaker there. Still feel like we might want to go for Load, though. So that means we've unlocked a new function. Can we go back the way we came from? Ooh. Did I accidentally skip some stuff? I feel like I did, in fact, accidentally skip some stuff. So I'm not sure if we can go back. Initially, I thought I was doing exactly the opposite. I thought I was going over and doing some things that we would not have otherwise done. Some bonus materials, if you will, but perhaps I was wrong. Let's see, this is a place where we can reallocate our skills. So we did recently pick up this load function, and we do have enough memory to use it. So that is an option. We could go and turn it into an upgrade on one of our abilities, giving ourselves additional AoE for... I mean, Spark is currently our primary AoE skill, so that might be a decent option. We could also replace the primary ability here and make this new one Load our primary ability instead, and use one of these as an upgrade material. But I think I kind of like the idea of making Spark have a bigger AoE. Blast radius plus 40%, and it looks like it gives it a little bit of a damage boost as well.
Good to go.
Okay. There we go. Another terminal. Press check out. Gold
They're
Walk
seeing everyone up and left.
still
Nothing
offline.
to see here.
More questions than answers following the evacuation of the popular Cloud Bank district. More info. News brief.
Admin's just towing the line.
The northwestern quadrant of Cloud Bank remains offline pending investigation, OPI. Authorities are downplaying any connections between their investigation and recent disappearances. Disappearances, you say? Chief Inspector Walther Nees praised the work of the 18th Precinct charged with the task. This is the most thorough procedure ever conducted on my watch, said Mr. Nees. Presently, there's no estimate for when Goldwalk citizens will be able to return home. That doesn't sound good. We can post a comment on it.
Yeah, I'll say.
So we may not be able to speak, as it does appear that we've lost our voice, but we have some creative workarounds, like, say, posting comments, such as we just saw there. Okay, people detected 0 on the Gold Walk Plaza. That might, in fact, be a way back to where we were before. I kind of hope it is, because as I said, we did kind of, sort of, miss out on some stuff there.
Out of the channel in record time. 8 blocks off.
Okay,
Almost
great.
there.
Yes, this is where we were before. It's an access point that we can check out, and so this is what we were looking at before, I suppose. And one thing that we've not yet looked at is we can inspect functions. Let's take a look here, because what we'll find
You got on the camera on a short list. More than just a name to them now.
is that these functions are more than just abilities. As we said before, we were absorbing people into our electronic sword, our computer sword, and red, function derived from contact with subject, trace data encrypted in function. Background, ranked in the top percentile of Cloudbank's contemporary performing artists for 5 years, Red demonstrated early interest in music despite studying at Traverson Hall. Traverson groomed many of the city's most ambitious civic planners, though Red spent the majority of her time developing the Academy's nascent arts program, and was the first on record to select 2 non-traditional disciplines. Records indicate she was reluctant to explain, citing personal reasons. She remained reticent, even after gaining the spotlight, and when asked about her past and influences, would often say her work spoke for itself. She did admit, however, that she never wrote her music with intent to stir controversy. So, in case you can't tell based on the appearance, this is us. Our main character, Red, is at least partially, it seems, absorbed into our sword. Age 27, gender female, selections music, linguistics, reason cited, declined, trace status, intact. Install and use function in upgrade slot to learn more. So we can learn more depending on if we're using our functions in the active slot, which is currently the case for Crash, which is technically Red's ability, versus upgrade slot, versus a slot that we've not yet been able to use. But that's one of them, and perhaps the most significant
You've
one.
reached the hopefully not permanent address of Mr. Nobody.
Mr. Nobody, you say? Subject not found. Background subject, background data corrupted during interrogation or integration. Reason unknown. Age unknown, gender unknown, selections declined, reason cited, still figuring things out. Trace status, non-recoverable. Install in other slots, again, to learn more. And we can learn more about the ability itself as well, where we can see what it does in the active slot versus what it does as an upgrade.
Lillian Platt used to run the OVC. Said she left for personal reasons.
And so, initially, of course, this is just simple background information about some of the people of Cloudbank. However, it can also help you piece together and start to answer some of the many questions that we have had thus far in the game. And that is one of the other things that I love about the game is nothing is blatantly obvious, just presented to you in simple, straightforward terms. No, it does require that you piece some things together, requires some interpretation. And that just feels like, when you uncover some new and exciting details, it feels more like you earned it, rather than just I'm being presented this information, there's only one way I could interpret it, and it's blatantly obvious. So Lillian Platt, function derived from contact with subject, trace data encrypted in function. So this, I believe, may have been the first person that we ourselves actively absorbed into our sword. So one of the preeminent scientific minds in Cloudbank, Miss Lillian Platt, was the youngest ever individual to be elected as chairwoman of the OVC board. Under her leadership, the number of OVC terminals in Cloudbank more than doubled, and the quality of the broadcast strengthened more than fourfold. However, she then became the youngest ever individual to leave the post, as she tendered a resignation in less than 2 years to pursue extracurricular interests. In private conversations, several of her former colleagues indicated that Miss Platt left following the sudden disappearance of a close personal friend, Mr. Maximilius Darcy, who, according to official OVC transcripts, decided one day to move to the country. Okay, so now we currently know two locations. There's Cloud Bank, which is where we currently are, which is this built-up city, and then there's the country. So we'll try to keep track of that stuff there. Age 33, gender female, selections physics, negotiation, reason cited, problem solving. Still not totally clear what the reasons cited are. Reasons for what, exactly? Phrase status, integrated. So she has been integrated into our electro sword, it seems. Then we have Jaunt, which we can also inspect.
Preston Moyle. Guess he went out joyriding one night and never came back.
Okay. Preston Moyle, you say? So, Cloudbank's racing circuit never knew the likes of Preston Moyle, who shattered speed records with aplomb for 4 years straight. Credited with popularizing the sport of 1,200cc racing, Mr. Moyle gained celebrity not merely for his exceptional riding ability, but also because he built his motorcycles with his own hands. Ever the thrill-seeker, Mr. Moyle became known for seeking out Cloudbank's remotest strips of road. Then, one day Mr. Moyle was altogether gone, having left all his personal effects behind, save for his fastest bike. He's 29, was 29, gender male, selections, reflexes, machinery, seems like those are their specialties, the things that they were best at. And reason cited, I want to go fast and go far. Okay. I mean, again, a quote, but hard to contextualize. Reasons for what? Trace status, integrated. Okay. And so it seems as though these are not just your ordinary citizens here. They are citizens of some significance, some rapport.
Was out of control. Thought the admins put him away.
Omar Shazberg, considered the most elusive entertainer in Cloudbank by 12% of the population. That is an odd number, and it's not that high of a number, but Mr. Shomar Shazberg earned his reputation through numerous absurd public pranks and other daring or ill-advised feats. Thus, he earned the nickname The Magician from his many thousands of fans, and enjoyed executing highly unusual, unscheduled performances in Cloudbank's most bustling neighborhoods. His acts grew more ambitious over time, culminating in his promise to skydrop into a restricted region of Goldwalk and walk right out, escaping administrative detection. We have heard a little bit of mention of this Goldwalk area as well, which I think is still part of Cloudbank. Age 29, gender male, trickery and comedy are the things that he's known for. Everybody wears a mask, right? Integrated. Then last...
They got that loudmouth Tennigan. Figured he retired.
We've waived Tennigan, who I'm not sure we've used his function all that much, or load. Okay, this is the one that we've used as an upgrade ability, not as an active ability, which I believe is why we don't have quite as much information about him here. Age 40, gender male, awareness, debate, big ideas, that's why, and integrated. But otherwise, not much. Okay.
Trouble. Popping up.
Let's see. More of these worm-like creatures, it seems. Let's see if we can get numerous of them out in one fell swoop. Like so. And are there additional ones we might be able to line up here? Yes, it does seem so. Let's nab these if we can.
All set.
Now we're back on our turn, and we have a couple of creeps, which are more powerful than these weeds, it seems, but I think we want to try to get rid of the weeds first. So, we want to attack you from afar. That's not what I wanted to aim at. Yeah, we can hit you without even having to move at all, in fact. Hold on. Take that out. Just go straight into this. Get you there. And then are we going to be able to sneak up behind these guys? It looks like we can. Get a little bit of backstab with it. And tell you what, might we be able to get a sneaky little crash in there first? Yes, we can. Let's go for it. Not going to take you guys out. But let's nab... Oh. This. Now. Go for you. Backstab again, I think. Let's go. A little bit of this. A little bit of this. Oh, that's theoretically enough. Here we are.
Just passing through.
Okay. Anything over here? No. Another access point. So it seems like these access points, we'll run into them fairly frequently. They are places where we can just mix up what our composition is, in case we're running into any issues.
Get ready to get jumped.
Oh, that doesn't sound
Or
good.
not. Let's not stick around.
Okay, now I want to stick around. Now you're tempting me. Making me wonder if we actually will get ambushed if we loiter around here, but okay, maybe we won't after all. In that case, let's proceed. It is out in the open. Oh, wait. Boardwalk Bay.
Wish we could just sit and watch the world go by.
Ooh, what do we have here exactly? A creep that is being protected by some kind of shielding enemy, it seems. Looks like a satellite dish, of course, or of sorts. So, let's see. Presumably, that means we want to take out the satellite dish before we are attacking the other enemy who's being shielded. Otherwise, we might deal quite literally no damage to it. So, oh, the other thing that we just haven't been doing much of, but we haven't really been jaunting much at all, but it might actually be a more efficient way to traverse. I don't know if the cost increases or decreases depending on how far you're going, but it may be more resource efficient than just walking. If we do this out of curiosity, does it cost more to go further? Not sure that it does, but anyways, that's mostly in the name of science. We just casually trying to see if we can get right behind the satellite, but it seems like we don't quite have the angle to do that. What if we go here? Maybe there. And then now we should be in a much better spot to do some, this. Some, maybe that. Theoretically, that is enough damage to take you out. And it does also have that increased AoE.
Got some kind of cheerleader this time.
Oh, you're not dead. I really thought you were. Sneaky. Sneaky, I see. Now, if we're clever here, might we be able to take you out and then also deal damage to you once this cheerleader is destroyed? It's actually called the cheerleader? Is that a coincidence?
We're off.
Oh,
Now to mop up.
hit miss. Do want to get to this though. Okay, get out of here. So like that takes up about a third of our bar. So compare that to a jaunt, which is way less. Yeah, hold on, did a little bit of moving there. If we just casually jaunt right behind you, could set up for a much better backstab. More efficient, at least. And just kind of go a little bit crazy here. Oh, well, except reach, if anything. We'd like to hit you twice. And what have we not done yet? One of these? Theoretically, we have a tiny bit more ability here. So, I guess we'll try to snipe you too. Okay, put you out. Here we are. Let's jaunt to set that up. Then we can, once again, do a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and in theory, that is sufficient, and we'll just go a little bit overkill just in case. There we are.
I guess we're done here.
Apparently, we are done here. Let's take a quick look around, see if there's anything else in the area that we should take note of. Doesn't seem like it, though. What is this? Not sure if that's in English. I'm not sure what language it is in. Once again, we can access our abilities here if there's anything we want to switch out, but I think we're doing okay at this stage. We have the Amphitheater Parkway, popular music venues 1.
Hope you're wearing comfortable shoes.